Yo, what is going on? We're playing some Skyrim, and I'm going to give you a quick, or quick as I can, guide on the load list and mods you should be using in Skyrim on the PlayStation 5 version, okay? Now, it's very important where you put your mods, because if you're not putting them in the right order, they're not going to work, the game could crash. Now, I've done a lot of research and played around with this stuff, so these all work for me. So let's get into it. So the most important one we should all be running if we're using mods, the unofficial Skyrim special edition patch. This just patches all, not all, but most bugs that have been in the game that Bethesda didn't fix. It is a must-have mod. Bias tweaks, this is just... So when leveling, one of the main things of this mod, when leveling, instead of getting 5 stamina and 5 carry weight, you get 10 carry weight and 10 stamina. Quicker cooldowns on the shouts. Really cool mod. Must have. So this one just fixes a little bug when you get into combat. Sometimes the music won't play, or when you leave combat it'll keep playing, so that just fixes that one. Even better quest objectives, pretty self-explanatory, just getting better, more specific objectives in the main game. This will help with allowing the game to run a lot smoother. It just gets rid of all the stuff in the water. Rubble that we don't need to see. Just makes the game run a bit better so you're not clogging your screen with crap. Unlimited sprinting, personal preference. I like it because I don't think I need to be, taking 30 minutes to get to an area instead of 15, so handy mod. This mod, however, I don't know if it is broken or it just works occasionally, but I'm having trouble trying to get this one to work, which is quite annoying because rings can be very helpful in this game, so just give it a go. I've had problems with it. That's just me. Maybe it works for you, but if it does work, it's quite handy. Lampposts of Skyrim. This one will just light up all the roads. It'll give a lot more lampposts throughout the game. Really cool. Makes the game light up a bit better in the night time, and it gives it a better look, in my opinion. This just gives a different look to the armors in the game. Not a crazy. I think it just makes them a bit shinier and stuff like that. Either way, good mod to have. Changes the way the armor looks. Now, this one is probably the best combat mod you can have in Skyrim. It'll give you... The AI will be a lot smarter. Hitting enemies in the back will give more damage. I think critical chance of hitting in the head and stuff is increased as well. Tls Sounds Overhaul. This will just change some of the sound effects in the game, making it more realistic and sharper. Now this one, I will say, be careful with this. It is an awesome mod, probably one of my favorites. However, if you're playing on a high difficulty and you're just pumping like crafting, enchanting, stuff like that, you'll get to a really high level very quickly and you will be so out of balance. Like, you'll be fighting enemies and you just will be doing no damage because you're scaling with your either magic or one-handed or whatever you're using isn't up to date with your current level. So you'll be like level 35 taking on level 35 enemies, but you'll have a 25 one-handed. So you'll be doing no damage. So that can be bad, so just be wary of that. Try not to just power level everything straight away. Crazy dragons. This just gives a few different dragons. If you're playing early, I wouldn't put this on because some of these dragons are insane to kill, very hard, so just be aware of that. It does change it up a bit. Some of the dragons are insanely cool as well, like the blood dragon for one's pretty awesome. But yeah, just be wary early game. They can be quite hard to kill and you can get trapped and just getting murdered 24/7. Deadly bosses. This just gives a few different bosses around the map. It's pretty cool. Same thing here. Just a few bosses around the map. The art of smithing. This just overhauls the smithing in Skyrim. To me, it's a lot better. Gives you the ability to smelt down all weapons and armor and stuff like that, so you don't have to go hunting and buying 20 million ingots and stuff like that. More blood and gore. Self-explanatory, you get more blood and gore. It's pretty cool. I enjoy it. Kill moves, no blur. So this will change the animation of a finishing blow. So instead of having that blurry sort of finish, it gets rid of that and it looks a lot better in my opinion. Okay, so for the big mods, they're awesome, awesome mods. I highly suggest using these. However, there is one that gives all three of the maximum ones. Don't use it, because if you use that mod, the maximum kill move chance is going to be decapitation 99% of the time, and it's annoying. So when killing people, it's just going to give you chopping heads off. So use the three different ones. Yeah, don't use the combined 3-piece mod. Immersive Citizens, this is just going to give you an AI overhaul, so they're going to be more realistic. Yeah, and that's a really cool mod. Changes the way the citizens move around. They're a bit smarter than the base game. Same with the patrols, same sort of thing. War Immersive Weapons, this will change how some of the weapons handle. So, for example, Elven swords are going to swing a lot faster. And you can go through and see all the changes. This just gives the guards of the major cities a different look. Personal preference, it just gives a different look. If you've played Skyrim a million times like me, just changes the game up. Looks a lot better in my opinion. Okay, this one is a must have in my opinion. Overstocked and rich merchants, this is good because the merchants are going to have a lot high level stuff and they're going to have a lot more money, which is great. Because we don't want to be traveling to 7 different cities trying to get a certain ingot or sell certain things, okay? So that's another one I would suggest. Better loot. This is just going to give you more gold, more treasure in dungeons and stuff like that. Yeah, rich merchants, same thing as here. It's just giving the merchants, like, I think it gives them 10,000 gold, which is awesome, because if you're not using this, you're just going to have to wait 48 hours, and it's just time that you don't want to be spending. If you've played the game a million times and you just want to get what you need. Zero weight, you don't really need these mods with the bias tweaks, because you end up having a lot of space in your inventory. But look, if you want to get them, you could turn them off, turn them on when you want them. Not a big deal with the other mods that we have, because you're going to end up with a lot of inventory space. Anyway, now the Skyrim cheat room. This is a very controversial mod in my opinion. It literally has everything in the game you can think, like, there's everything in the game there. So every spell, you can max out every any skills instantaneously. That you get a ring that can give you 99 skill points when you read a book. So with this, I personally wouldn't use it, because it just ruins the game. It takes all the fun out of it. Your max level instantly. You get everything straight away, so that's just there for if you want. I would do it for smithing or enchanting. I'd use this to get my enchanting and smithing to 100. Just because that shit takes forever, and if you've played the game, like I said, a million times, we don't want to be grinding. Unless that's what you're into. Character editor. Just gives you more options in the character editor. Not a big deal. There's not a great deal of stuff that changes, but look, more options is better, right? Fast alternate start. This one is quite good, actually. It skips that stupid base tutorial level where the dragon attacks. You're about to get killed, and it takes you. You go straight to Riverwood, or you get to choose where you want to start. Just gets the game rolling a bit quicker, and you don't have to go through that first level. This here just gives you the ability to craft unique armor. So if you want to get that armor straight away, enchant it, craft it how you like. This one's for you. Go away map clouds. Pretty self-explanatory. Just gets rid of the map clouds in the map menu. Dawnguard map markers. This will just give you some map markers for the Dawnguard DLC. Master of the Summit. Now this one isn't that great, but there's a few mountains that you'll use it for, but it just gives like stairways on the mountains. However, it's not all mountains, as you'll see in the game. There's not a lot of them that actually have the stairways, so just keep that in mind. Bridges of Skyrim, this is another awesome mod. It just gives a better, cooler look to the game. Some of the bridges pretty sick. Highly suggest this one. This just undullified, gives us sharper scenery and lighting to some of the areas. Another really good mod. Forest of Skyrim adds more trees. This gives it a more realistic look to an actual forest. I think it improves the lighting as well, but it just gives more grass and trees in the forestry areas. Obsidian Weathers, I'm sure you've all heard of this one. This is probably the best lighting or weather mod in the game, and a must-have in my opinion. Now, rain and snow effects is another cool one. When it snows, it gives you sort of like a spell effect over you, like it is snowing. Yeah, another cool one. ANA's texture overhaul just gives a different look to some of the towns and cities in the game. Tactical Valheim just gives a different look to the Valheim area. Another one, Riverwood Overhaul, just changes the way it looks. And honestly, if you're playing the game again, I would highly suggest using these mods because it just gives it a different look. It's like you're going to a completely different area. Julius, and these are my favorite ones of the areas. I've tried them all, so keep that in mind. What are we up to? Julia's Old Town Riften. I think the Julia's mods are the best for the main areas. But yeah, this one's awesome. Changes how it looks. Nordic Ruins of Skyrim. This gives some of the ruins, not all of them, a different look. The main ones, I'm pretty sure. And look, and the more that you use it, just changes the game. It's almost like you're playing a different game, different area. So must-haves. Magical College of Winterhold. I'm sure you've all heard of this one. If you haven't, it just overhauls the College of Winterhold. And yeah, it's pretty sick. I highly suggest this one. Dense grass, pretty pretty self-explanatory again. Denser grass, more realistic. This just gives the environment a wind effect. So if the wind's blowing one way, the trees are actually going to blow with the wind. And same with the grass and bushes and stuff like that. Water. This is the best water mod you can get. Okay. Changes the water obviously, and I wouldn't use any other water mod except this one in my opinion. We don't need this because we've already got lighting mods equipped. Okay, this hands down the best actual graphic mod. Okay, this is what you want to be running. I've tried them all. There are some good ones, but in my opinion, this is the best mod. 100%. This is the best. Rustic weather and lighting, just a lighting and weather overhaul. You can read the description for further information. More thunder sounds can be heard during rainstorms, stuff like that. Improved shadows and volumetric lighting, self-explanatory. ELE, this is the best interior lighting overhaul, okay? This is the must-have for interior lighting. Now, and Julia's Dirt Replacer. What is it? I can't remember what this one does. Anyway, use this. I think it changes the landscape. Don't quote me, I don't quite remember. I know it's very good. Now these two, you want to Skyrim at 60 FPS works, 100% confirmed, and I would highly suggest using this. Now the FOV mods for some reason are broken and do not work, which is quite annoying because the FOV, when it was working, they were awesome. I really liked them. But unfortunately, they're broken and we need an update to fix it. I don't think they ever will because what is it? 2022 and we still haven't had it fixed. So just keep that in mind. I mean, maybe if you try this, it might work, but it doesn't work for me at this current time. And that's it. They're my favorite mods. that's the load order. Make sure you keep this in the order I have them in. I've done a lot of testing, and this works best. Okay, so we'll run through it one more time. So there's the first lot. All right, second lot. Deadly bosses. So you can just pause that as I go down. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope that was a little bit quicker than my last one. What do we got? 15 minutes. Yep, sweet. A little bit quicker. And yeah, make sure you, again, keep this order. And that's it. Peace.